welcome back to another sunny and beautiful Prairie Sunset Ranch Farm vlog. My name's Aaron, and thank you for tuning in, my friends. Well, what can be said? The weather is absolutely gorgeous out. It's a perfect day, the perfect weather to cut hay in. So, bet you can guess what we're gonna be doing. Haying. 2022 has started. We have hammered down our first portion of a field, and it went quite well. However, it did have a couple hiccups. Yes, that's right. I smoked the belt off already in the first 3 hours of cutting hay. Wonderful, wonderful. Who cares? 200 bucks got me up and going within an hour. Big deal, right? What's 200 bucks? It's worth like a bale last year. Whatever. Gotta be optimistic. Hey, yeah, you. If you like these hay videos, if you like PSR videos, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Let's get back to work, Aaron. Last year before that, whatever, we were coming out, we were hammering everything down. So this year we're gonna be taking little blocks. So on this field, it's a pretty big quarter. It's got some low areas, but we had some decent growth here. This isn't one of our better fields, but I wanted to get it down. It's close to home in case I had a breakdown. I did check, the ground is actually fairly dry. It's not wet or damp, so that's good. So I wanted to take this field down. Man, did it recover. It recovered well. But we'll be taking little chunks down. So let's say anywhere from 30 to 80 acres at a time max. I'm not taking no full fields down at once. I'm not gonna take no 100 acres down, 120 acres down, because it's just too much of a risk. There's been too many storms, too many rain storms and systems moving in and out. And I just don't want to take that chance this year, because we do have the hay. It's just a matter of making it right. Well, I cut down this little chunk of field. We went from end to end. There's lots of material down. It's enough for me. I'm comfortable sitting on this. So I cut it down yesterday. I know there is the possibility of, I think it was a 40, they moved up to 60% chance of 1 to 3 millimeters of rain. I'm willing to take the chance because this hay won't be dry enough by tomorrow. So I'm not overly concerned, but if, just say for example, I cut this hay down the day before, it would be dry tomorrow. That's when I'd be baling it. And then if it gets rained on, that's where you lose a lot of your quality. You're still gonna lose a little quality if you get rain on it, but it's not the end of the world. It'll still make good cattle hay. But we're not going to be covering near as much ground as we have been covering. Last year we covered so much ground, so much area. It's unbelievable. We cut areas we've never cut before. This year's going to be different. We're just going to be cutting the fields. A lot of those sloughs, we're not making it to the sloughs or those lower, damper areas. Check. Check. And check. I just threw in probably about $80 worth of Trudeau tax in the tank, so it is go time. Let's head out to battle. Haying 2022 officially lifted off. Yeah, baby. Well, we had rain for a couple days, but it seemed to have stopped, and I checked the long range, and the long range looks like it's cleared up a little bit. They got a 40% chance there on Thursday, Friday, but that's okay. We'll just see. This is kind of our test run, so. Just gonna give her a little twirl. For those of you that have never caught with the 3-point, or if you are curious, I actually have the eyes. So where the 3-point, the eyes of the 3-point are, I have it roughly 19 inches off the ground. I took a measuring tape, and that's where I like where the manual says to adjust it from. So I like to keep the limiting chain, so when I drop it about 19 inches roughly, give or take. It's not gonna, you're not gonna wreck anything if you're a little bit off. But essentially that's what we're going to be height wise on the 3-point off the ground, and then the float, then you just set the float and you put it down, and then it should absorb and float on top of the ground. You don't want too much ground pressure, etc. So you have to adjust the spring there, the big spring. I never touched that though. It stays the same. It stayed the same since I got it. I also am going to keep the RPMs on the tractor at about 540 RPMs. So at all times, no matter what the speed, if I adjust my speed, I'm going to adjust the RPM to be around the 540 mark. That's what they say to keep it at, to prevent damage to the disc mower. So that's what I've always done. I've given her a little bit of snuff. A few years back when I first got it, we had heavy crops, but I don't know, this is an all new meaning of heavy crops. This is, I just don't know what to expect there, but you know what, we got to get going here, so let's get going. This is what I was talking about. Look at that, I hit a lake. So I'm gonna guess this area is off limits wherever this high reed is. So I just backed up, I caught her right away. She did jam up a little bit. Well, I gotta head back. The belt was smoking there. I don't want it to catch fire. I gotta go see what we got there. I saw a little bit of, I smelled burning. See once we get the cover off. Well, you all know what the hay looks like here, so what does the hay look like in your part of the country? Let me know in the comment box below. Are you guys looking at good crops, crappy crops? I know there's still lots of areas that are still affected by drought. Definitely not here. We got an abundance of mosquitoes and an abundance of hay right now. It's just a matter of making them. Well, I got my new Holland belt. Just pulling off this belt cover with a, what am I using here? A 9/16. And yeah, not much holding them on. There we go. This is the tensioner right here. We had a 19 mil nut on it, so we're just gonna loosen that off. All this does, I'm gonna loosen this off. In turn, this will back off, causing this belt to become looser, and then I'll come back and show you guys at that point. All right. Okay, that's good. Yep. All right. Yep. That's it. Make sure they're lined up in the ribs. That looks right. That looks right. Well, I got it snugged up there. I think this is the gauge they use. I didn't go all the way because I'm gonna have to tighten it after. The belt will loosen up after a few, but I'm gonna just try it right now. Put the cover back on, tighten the belt up. We're gonna probably snug it up a couple more out there after we've grown her for a little while. But let's go pump out some more hay. going good. But this year has different battles, like looking for these wet slough hole. I know, like, I'm driving, I know there's a slough here. I'm coming up to it on the left. I'm constantly looking at my tires in the front because I really don't want to sink. Luckily this mower's pretty light, and on the tractor it's not so bad, but the grass is so long. You gotta look where the grass is extra long, that's where the water's gonna be collecting. Anyway, yeah, just maneuvering is what's taking all the time here. You know, you can't just give her shit straight ahead. You got to make sure you have a straight line pick that's safe to do so. This mower on this tractor make it easy. We don't sink much. You know, you do hit the wet areas, and there's a little bit of forgiveness. You know, if I had a big pull behind Moco, I don't know. I think I'd be making some major ruts. So this thing kind of skims over the top. You can lift it up, back out, and then, you know, remaneuver or reposition. So that's one good thing about this setup for this year. But yeah, it is thick, it is hairy, and it's a lot different than the mowing we've been used to last four or 5 years here, that's for sure. Like, I'm not kidding when I say this hay is heavy, dude. This is unbelievable. It's cutting fairly good. Good with that. Here, we'll go here. Just make sure it's cutting all the way. Yeah. Yeah, so the mower's cutting good. We're cruising at about 5 miles an hour. Seems to cut through with very little resistance. So that's good. I'll keep her at about 5 miles an hour in this heavy stuff. Last year I was going about 8. But I don't want to push it too hard. There's no reason to push it that hard. Well, I just finished this nice little strip from here to here all the way to the road, about half mile down. So it went really good. There's just a couple things that I don't like. This water, sitting water. I didn't even see this water. I just went through it. We'll probably have to just rake away from here, rake from there, and just miss that little piece. But with the exception of that little piece, and then there's 2 more. There's another little slough and a third little water hole there. But I think I'm going to start coming around here again. I'm going to come from that end. I'm going to make another strip, and I'm going to go around those wet areas. And might as well do more. It's pretty nice out. The long range looks okay. If it's actually not very thick right here, it gets really thick in the middle there. But the roughest part was getting around those areas and trying not to sink the tractor, rutting, making ruts in the field, which I did quite well. Actually, it wasn't too bad. So the disc mower's holding up fairly good now. Seems to be running pretty slick. Look at all these little grasshoppers. I'm very surprised by this. I didn't think there would be grasshoppers, but there's lots of them. Look at this. Well, we're just finishing up here. We got a beautiful sunset tonight, that's for sure. We got a few pieces that we had to leave. As you can see, anything with huge long stands generally was like a slough area or a lower area. They're not even necessarily sloughs that are wet, it's just a lower area. We've just had so much rain. But I'm actually surprised. The ridges where it is higher, you know what, it is fairly dry. So it just goes to show how thirsty the earth was. You know, basically the ground was just so damn dried up from the last few years of drought and horribly harsh, hot, warm, windy conditions that it just really absorbed all this moisture. It's unbelievable, actually. I thought it would almost be worse than this, but I'll tell you what, this is like cutting in a jungle. This is crazy. Now it's just a matter of that rain staying away for a couple days and letting this dry. So fingers crossed, folks. I'll jump back when I get this done, show you the finished product. Here's one area. You know, I could probably take it a little more up the top here, eh? Oh, see, it gets swampy down there. Really hard to gauge where to drive, and I really didn't want to get stuck. As you can tell, I had to drive in. Look, yesterday I drove in, and then I drove out. It's so damn wet. there's actual water in there. But I'll tell you what, it should dry up with this water, with all the material around it cut down. It might dry up pretty good now. So if it does dry up, I'll just come and hammer these big grasses down, make up another few bales. All you can do. Well, I think I got the tractor, or the disc mower figured out. I was talking to the New Holland parts department. Hey, Mazer Group, you guys rock. Anyways, I think we got this sorted out, unless I find any more internal things wrong, but I will show you with a midweek. I'll throw out a video Wednesday or something showing my repair, a quick video. Hopefully we get it up and going again. Essentially, bolt, rod, nut, spline, gear in the middle. However, these were moving freely, so I don't think they're seized, but I gotta pull the tops off, check them out further. Waiting for the part list. What else can you do? I'm gonna head out baling now, so got lots to do here. We'll catch you in the next one. We'll see you in a few days. Bye for now. Well, it's been a long day. This is Aaron signing off. We will catch you next weekend with an all new Prairie Saskatchewan farm vlog. Be there or be square, my friends. Have a fantastic weekend and a great week, and we'll catch you on the flippy flop. Bye for now.